Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us on the program. So, Ilaje stakeholders in Ondo State have reacted to the statement made by Edo State Man and Ijaw Leader Chief Edwin Clark, calling for the outright removal of Ondo, Imo, and Abia State from the Niger Delta Development Commission. Well, they're also not happy about the manner in which the NDDC appointments have been made. Tonight, I'm being joined by the National Coordinator of the concerned Ilaje Stakeholders Committee, Mr. Akinola Monegun. Thank you so much indeed for coming on tonight.
Thank you, Shil.
Yeah. Not only that you are unhappy with what Chief Edwin Clark said about the removal of these states from, including your own state, Ondo State, from the oil producing state, you are also not happy with the appointment being made to the NDDC. What exactly is your grievance?
Yeah, the NDDC is a creation of the law. There is this NDDC Act 2000. That NDDC Act 2000 is supposed to deal with states that have been negatively impacted by a lot of oil exploitation. Ilaje and Ondo State is part of it. And the law states that there shall be for the NDDC a managing director and 2 executive directors who are indigenes of the oil-producing areas. And they shall be rotated, not repeated. But if you look at what is happening, we have repetition upon repetition.
What, for example, what kind of repetition are you talking about?
Yeah, the position of MD was previously taken up by a Bayelsa man, Ndutimi Alaibi, in 2005 to 2009. So if you are talking about rotation, another Bayelsa man should not be MD.
So which state is supposed to be next? Akwa Ibom has had it?
Akwa Ibom has had it. Delta has had it. Rivers had had it. Bayelsa had had it. So
after Bayelsa, it was supposed to. Which is next?
Which is next? Number 5.
By your own calculation?
No, by oil production quantum. Not my own calculation.
So which? Oh, I mean, so there is a Bayelsa now.
Repeating as MD. Take that. Executive Director Project. Severally, 2 other Akwa Ibom indigenes have been Executive Director Project. They're having the third shot.
What is it about the Executive Director Project?
No, it's a position in NDCC.
It's the juicy one, right?
Not about juicy one.
But why is it creating that controversy? Why are you agitating about it?
Because of the cheating involved in it.
You think that it should have come to Ondo State?
No, you have Ondo State ordinarily should have been given the MD. Places like Imo, Abia, Edo will have gotten executive directors. If you talk about rotation, you are not expected to do repetition.
And if it was coming to Ondo,
yes,
it should have come to the Ilaje community.
Obviously.
Which is the oil producing.
Which is the oil producing.
And that is the agitation.
That is the agitation.
So which part of Ondo State has the appointment or the nomination from President Tinubu?
Well, yes, there is this man from Ondo State, Abegunde. They made him Executive Director of Corporate Services. And the law is against the law. The law says indigene of oil-producing areas. Akure does not produce oil. So he should not have been given that position. The position was not given to Ilaje, it was given to Akure.
Is the contemplation of the law talking about specific communities in those oil producing, or talking about oil producing as a state?
No, area cannot be a state. In that law, state was mentioned. Area was mentioned. So area is a place, local government area, not the state. Akure has never been impacted by oil production. So what gives them this right to become members of executive in NDDC? What gives them the right?
So, I mean, so the Ilaje leaders now are sort of agitated. You feel that you are being cheated.
Yes.
That's what you feel?
Yes.
What are you going to do now?
Yes, you see, we had given the government, we have spoken with the government. We wrote confidential letter to the Attorney General talking about the illegitimacy of what they are doing. It's not only the individuals, the citizens that should obey rule of law. The government also must come clean when it comes to rule of law. It's number 7 on this government agenda, rule of law. The 8-point agenda, rule of law is number 7.
I've seen that you made newspaper publications, you've written openly. Beyond that, you have a senator representing your senatorial district.
That is correct.
What effort has been made? Because these persons, these nominees are bowed before the National Assembly. What are you doing in that respect?
Okay, I'll tell you. Before now, last year, that same position was given to somebody from Owo. But that time it was executive director project.
On Owo is also outside of the...
It's outside the policing area.
Has an Ilaje man been appointed?
No.
In the history of the NDDC?
No single
Have
one.
you gone to court to challenge this?
There are several cases. We don't want to heat up the polity. There are several cases. 3 senators, 3 distinguished senators, wrote the Senate president, wrote the president not to do that. But they still went on, they did it. You can look at it, look at their effrontery, look at the insolence.
Are there members of the Ilaje Elders Council, Ilaje's leaders and stakeholders who are members of the APC?
So many.
What are their own intervention? Are they not speaking? Because you should have been speaking in your state before this goes out.
Well, even the present deputy governor is an Ilaje man. But beyond that, I don't know the consideration they use for making all these positions. But what we are saying, we are not asking for too much. We are asking for the government to obey rule of law. What is written? What is even number 7 on the agenda? Because the government, the president is going out, going everywhere, canvassing Nigeria. If the international community knows that there is no rule of law in Nigeria, I wonder why they will come here to waste their investments.
So what is, because in the next few days now, there will be activities in that respect. What are your hopes?
Well, our hopes are that the government, I still believe that Tinubu himself used
President
Tinubu used to be a pro-democracy activist, just like us. So maybe he had not had, but I know he had heard about it. He should do what is right. And he said it at the bar conference, that if there's a genuine mistake, he will be always ready to correct it. He will be always ready to correct it.
But there will be people who will remind you that it can be true that an Ilaje man has not been appointed in the NDDC. Olusholoke, SAN,
yes,
has served in the NDDC, hasn't he?
Not as an executive member. He was the state rep. Even now, we still have an Ilaje man. Every state that produces oil must have a representative.
But what you are fighting for?
But beyond then, you have managing director, you have executive directors. If that law is obeyed for the chairmanship slot, why not for the...
All right. Mr. Akinola Bonegun,
yes,
National Coordinator of Ilaje Elder Stakeholders Council, thank you so much indeed for your time tonight, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you.